Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2015 Korea Open. This is a Super Series tournament in the GAC Group 2015 ITTF World Tour. And now the men's singles finals will be happening. I'm Adam Bobrow, and on screen, Youngsik, just before, running in with his guardian, undefeated in the men's singles so far. Very smiley demeanor, kind personality, strong wrist over the table. Fast game, already took a title this year, the Australia Open. And on the other side, right there, Saehyuk, a legend, a living legend, still playing the game at 35 years old. The defensive game takes a whole lot of strength out of the legs and body. And he's fighting hard to be as strong as can be. The best defender on the planet, world rank number 15. There he is, Youngsik. Applause from the crowd. And Saehyuk, one of the most mesmerizing players on the planet, played with that man in white over there, Kim Tak-soo, coaching for the Korean team now. We talked about the overlap in play last night on the bus. Saehyuk told me, yeah, sure, I played Kim Tak-soo many times. I said, how'd you do? He said, no chance, no chance. I said, never? He said, nope. I said, have you played with Yoon, winner of the 1988 Olympics gold medal, the first Olympics for table tennis? Saehyuk said, yes. I said, have you ever beaten him? He said, sometimes. Here's the path to getting here. Saehyuk took down Koki Niwa in 4 straight games in the semifinals. And before that, Kim Dong-hyun in an exciting 7-game match. On the other side, Youngsik beat Jang Woo-jin, the man to watch this tournament, the man who took out Junmi Zutani. Youngsik playing quite well, comfortable over the table, still covers the table well. Some of the highlights from tournaments earlier this year, running all around the backcourt. Awesome points with Youngsik. But some of the best points in history over the last 15 years of table tennis produced by the defender, Saehyuk. And there's Kim Tak-soo, one of the strongest traditional pen holders, using the J-pen style. Japanese pen hold, a little bit more rectangular racket, many people have seen. Intended only for using one side of the racket, sitting with Coach On. Started to talk about Yoon, the living legend in Korean table tennis, winning the '88 gold medal in Olympics. And there's Coach Lee's family sitting there, young table tennis player, his daughter Ju Lee, doing traditional Korean dance. Yoonamkyu's overlap with Saehyuk was only because Yoonamkyu played for so long. A lot of players retired young back in his day. He stuck with it. Saehyuk admitted the only reason he had a chance is because Yoonamkyu was sort of on his way down when they played. Just playing because he genuinely loved the game. Still coaching for the program as well. And Yoo Sung-min, the gold medal winner in 2004 Olympics, part of the coaching staff now for the Korean national team, working with the young women. So it seems like the legends of the sport have been giving back. Been strong performances in the Korea Open from Korean players in the past. Saehyuk, the defender, won 2 years ago in 2013. Oh Sang-un used to have a lot of success, sort of only playing league play now, I believe. Don't see him on the world tour so much. Saehyuk, strong performance at the World Championships in 2014 last year. And there's Jung Young-baek, head umpire from Korea. And Jang Sung-hong, also from Korea, assistant umpire. That is his real hair. Got a head full of hair. Fancy assistant umpire. Now as far as the twiddle, just to serve the ball, and for warm-up's sake, Saehyuk will keep the inverted rubber on the backhand. A lot of defenders do this. My question is it to give a good, honest warm-up to the opponent, or is it to keep the secret and not allow them to get into the rhythm of your long pips not allowing them any real practice against the defensive rubber. It's a rare occasion that Joo Se-hyuk will twiddle and take a backhand with the inverted, but he has been known to attack from time to time with the backhand with the long pips out. He's also been known to attack many times on the forehand side. Quite surprising when you're preparing mentally for a match and you know you've got a chopper, a defensive player on the other side, someone who backs up and hits heavy backspin. And while you're getting settled in for it, you stand up a little straight, suddenly the ball's blasted back at you with topspin. Suddenly you're down 4-0 in game one.
Right.
Tough to say, we'll see. So far the pattern has been that Joo Se-hyuk starts off attacking in game one. Let's see if he continues. This is a best of 7 finals.
Up, 1.
Youngsik trying to play the short side of the table. Playing against defensive players, it's tough if you're not using your legs a lot. That shot seemed more like an over-the-table sort of flip kill type. Now we're seeing the legs come into play. Youngsik getting around, muscling the ball. Even saw one of those shots with the forehand, had some side spin on it. Youngsik used that quite effectively against Jong Woo-jin.
1.
Soft touch ball barely comes off the back of the table. Joo Se-hyuk does not connect. Too wide. How does he take that angle? Did not look like the ball was inside the table by that much. Pretty close to the baseline. Let's see this again. Deep to the backhand. Bounce. Okay, it was a little bit on the forehand line. So I guess wide to the forehand, just a little bit inside the baseline, and Youngsik really taking advantage of that.
Go. 4-1.
And just a reminder, when Kim Dong-hyun, young player from Korea, up-and-comer, same generation. Same generation as Youngsik. In that match, Joo Se-hyuk lost game one 11-1 and came back to win the next 3 and then won the match in a deciding 7th game 11-8. Soft block, a little bit too soft, and it's the 2nd point for Joo in the 1st game. Despite the ball being left up a little bit high, Youngsik could not convert the point. You saw the mouth stretch, the shock and the frustration right after he missed the ball. Doing a little dubbing for Youngsik. It's an unusual way to win a point, opening with the backhand. Saw Koki Niwa do it once or twice in his match, but in general, it's going to be forehand attacks against the defensive play. Well placed, Joo Se-hyuk anticipating the ball wide to the forehand, starts to make his move, and one more time, Youngsik right into the legs. It's a very difficult ball. Shushin might have gotten it back on 1 foot, but that's pretty much the only way. Deep on the table, a little bit of side spin left on the ball. You could see it break on the bounce. As it hit the ground, crawled back away to the forehand side of Youngsik. And Joo Se-hyuk playing in the Chinese Super League as well, so he's got the top competition in the world for practice. Recovery shot, what touch from Youngsik. Crazy innovation, soft hands. one of the many things that makes him so effective and world rank number 21. Look at this ball. Right at the baseline of the table, touches it like no problem and leaves it for JOO Saehyuk to deal with. Going big.
5.
No luck that time. We've seen the step around forehand on the backhand corner from Kim Dong-hyun earlier in the tournament. Ball just a little bit low, didn't come up. Heavy backspin on the ball will make the ball bite, stay a little closer to the net. Ripping backhand, and it's too close to the net. Youngsik sends that one off to infinity and beyond. Everyone watching JOO Saehyuk makes you want to become a chopper. Such an elegant game. Just textbook, perfect chops, beautifully executed. Fast sweeping under the ball, loading it with backspin. Now, one thing we haven't seen a lot of is forehand attacks from JOO Saehyuk. Last time he played a match, game 1, probably about 60–70% of his points came from his forehand attack. Yes! Oh, yes! Oh my goodness, baby. The short side of the table running in at full speed. The step around shot, and that is a crowd-pleasing point if I've ever seen one. For JOO Saehyuk to get all those balls back and save the attack for this moment. Full commitment, the short side of the table, and no chance for Youngsik. Watch the legs on this. Full stroke spin around, almost coming into high five the umpire. Highlights reel written all over that point.
Timeout.
Timeout in game 1. Was that JOO Saehyuk that called the timeout? It's Youngsik who called the timeout. Makes more sense trying to stop. I guess as far as making sense goes, it's game 1 in a best of 7. Talked about how in the modern game it's a little bit more common to see early timeouts. We see a lot of game 3 timeouts. Sometimes game 4 is pretty common. Could be a 3-1 lead or could end up 2-2. But in game 1, that's very rare. And a friend and wise man once told me, you only call a timeout when you think it will change the outcome of the match. So Youngsik calling the timeout, I guess makes more sense than JOO Saehyuk calling the timeout. But again, for Youngsik to feel that this will change the outcome of the match just shows you how important, even in a best of 7, game 1 can be.
9, 8.
For confidence, for momentum, and to be in a better position, starting off 1-0.
Left. 9, 8.
Still just a 1-point lead. Youngsik out of the timeout. Just short top of the net. And that's a big vocalization from Youngsik. We don't see him or hear him screaming a lot. The timeout will have paid off officially if he can take this game. But until that moment, it's just a good feeling to start getting the first point coming out of the timeout. 2 game points for Youngsik. JOO Saehyuk with the serve.
Nine.
Touch shot. You can feel the pressure when Youngsik. You can feel the pressure of JOO Saehyuk coming running into the table. As soon as Jung shows that he's going to leave it open on the table, JOO Saehyuk is there in case he's got the attack. Big backhand clips the edge of the table. Fortunate escape and a narrow escape from Youngsik. Manages to hang on to game one, 11-9. But what a game one. We've got several more games coming up, but the next one's the most important one right now. Game two, just after this short break. And we're back for game two. Saehyuk losing game one, 9 points to 11. He's got the serve to start off. See if he can turn things around. Just long. Saehyuk getting comfortable coming back into the table, trying to stay close. It's a good sign that he might be bringing the forehand attack into play.
Four,
2 points ending a bit quicker than usual for the defender.
three,
What looks like fatigue, I highly doubt is. Solo to the net, the inside-out forehand coming back to the backhand corner. Saehyuk getting his first point with style. Crowd loving it again. They are in the presence of a living legend. Alive and well in the sport. Steps in, full swing. Look at that stroke. Top of the net, but it stays on his side. It's a 1-4 game right now. Saehyuk down. Youngsik starting the point off well with the placement. Soft to the forehand side and wide and spinny. Next ball comes up a little bit high down the backhand line. Saehyuk's been able to keep most of his chops low, very low to the net, so much that the crowd oohs and ahs. But Youngsik's going to take advantage with some side spin and even just some flat hitting placement down the backhand line.
6-1.
Right on the body, Youngsik very much in control this game. Although he had a good lead in game one as well.
One, 7.
Uncharacteristic game from Saehyuk. Where's the forehand attack, we wonder?
One, 8. 9.
Going for the backhand attack, ripping with the long pips. Very difficult shot, flat hit. And 9 game points now for Youngsik to take a 2-0 lead.
11 게임
Punch and the towel is thrown in game 2. JOO Saehyuk ready to move on to game 3. Not the first time we've seen 11-1 victory over JOO Saehyuk, but the last time that happened, it made him angry, and you don't want to see him when he's angry, or do you? Stay with us, game 3. We'll see if he gets angry right after this.
Now the game score is 2-0 for Youngsik.
서드 게임 정현 슈트 서브 럭 올.
And we're back for game 3. Youngsik leading 2-0 over JOO Saehyuk, 11 points to 1 in the last game. Break off the back edge of the table. We'll say it's a good sign that we saw the forehand attack come into play early in the point from JOO Saehyuk. Not a crazy new idea for him, but in this match so far, definitely something new. Just missing on the hooking forehand. It's a big break for Youngsik, making his move to try and cover the wide forehand side of the table. Right at the baseline, but leaving open the exposed forehand. Deep on the table, finds another edge. 2 breaks for JOO Saehyuk. And it's a 2-1 lead. Nice close look at how the trajectory changes, why we apologize for that shot. JOO Saehyuk blocking with the long pips. Don't see that too often. Sometimes it earns him a high ball. Taking the spin off it really takes strong focus from the player on the other side, Youngsik, to realize how little spin is on that ball after it's blocked with long pips. And if the ball's not cracked after hitting the edge of the blade that hard, this is how he's testing to see if it's broken. Many different ways to test. With the old ball, people used to smell it. New ball being put into play.
Good.
You hit a ball that hard off the edge, the wood of the racket. Even the best balls in the world are going to crack. Counterattack from off the table in the middle. As far as shot selection and timing, JOO Saehyuk's going to have to figure out the right time to make these counterattacks. He's going to have to be a little bit closer to the table when he takes them. Clever idea, tries to go long and fast, wide to the forehand side on his receive. An aggressive push receive. We saw a lot of those from Mima Ito, although in the finals just before, Fukuhara taking control. We'll see on this side, it's the young player who's in control.
3, 4.
But it's definitely still a fight. This game close, still in the early parts.
Five, 3.
See the look on his face when he contacted that ball.
Five, 4.
More patient play from JOO Saehyuk. Defenders tend to be more patient, used to long rallies. Not trying to finish the point, but more so make the opponent impatient. Try to finish the point before the opportunity is really there. There we go, attacking JOO Saehyuk, working the angles from in at the table. That's where he wants to be. Youngsik blocks it back a little bit soft. It's not going to give him a real solid chance to get back in the point. From this angle, you could see even the block wasn't a bad block, just a little off the table. Still a good follow-up from JOO.
5, 6.
A bit surprised it was the last shot that finished it. Wide on the forehand side, but not too wide. Right into the forehand for JOO Saehyuk. Seemed like a comfortable shot for him. After a strong forehand attack from out wide, it's blocked back. And JOO making the right choice, tried to spin it up softly instead of going for broke, hitting the winner from below the table. Just wasn't able to land it here. We saw a lot of this in the doubles from the young Korean Kim Min-hyuk. Had to hit the ball from out in front, and you could see how difficult it was coming back in for a softer shot when he was way behind the table.
Left. 7, 5.
Missed contact. It looked like Youngsik changed his mind at the last moment, decided to try and leave it up on the table. Very difficult to do, much like a drop shot. It's more effective if you don't let people know, if you don't telegraph it. Don't let the opponent know that you're going to do it, but it also requires more skill.
7, or
very steady hand. It's tough to keep the hand so steady when it's moving quickly or changing at the last moment. Very pivotal point in the match. Tied up at 7 each, getting into the business end. Big spin shot from deep in the backhand court. JOO Saehyuk loading it up with topspin. Again, this is wisdom. Not just going for the big shot, but taking the best shot you can aggressively. And if that means a little slower and spinnier, that's what it means.
left. 8, 7.
Some people in the crowd weren't clear on the let right away, applauding. Still JOO Saehyuk in the lead with another serve. Break off the top of the net, and it stays right next to it. No chance for JOO Saehyuk. So far, I think JOO Saehyuk is still in the lead as far as shots go with luck. First 2 points this game for JOO off the edge of the table on the back edge. And this time the point continues after a break off the top of the net. Youngsik able to bring it back into play. The counter-attacking action from the forehand side. And the final shot JOO is left with the responsibility. The ball is in his court literally and figuratively, but he does not return the call, nor the ball. 1 point lead back to Youngsik with the serve. Ripping backhand with the long pips, and he punishes that ball just a little bit too high, spanks it away, and no chance. Gone with the wind, baby. JOO Saehyuk with the backhand attack from the long pip side. One more time. Completely open face of the racket. There's no grip, no traction on that. Punches right through it. 9 points each. 2 serves here for JOO Saehyuk. Soft shot keeps it low, and even the forehand flip of Youngsik, the flipping master, not able to put it on the table, and it's game point for JOO Saehyuk to get his first game this match. Break off the top of the net, the luck comes back. And as tough as that is for Youngsik, the crowd is excited because this makes it more likely for us to see a 7-game match. It's 1-2, JOO Saehyuk right back in it. We'll see what happens in game 4 after this short break. Stay with us.
First game, 주세혁 to serve, rock all.
And we're back for game 4. JOO Saehyuk winning 11-9 after an 11-1 loss.
One.
And a fishing shot, ball jumps out at the baseline, up into the edge of the racket of Youngsik. First point to JOO Saehyuk.
Rock. Four.
Change of the service placement and change of the tactics from Jung, trying to take a backhand over the table to open.
One. Four.
Softer, spinnier shot. Ball left out in front of JOO Saehyuk. He's going to have to make his move back in to play that ball.
Three. One.
As far as psychology goes, the mentality out here of the player. JOO Saehyuk wins the game, and suddenly Youngsik might lose a little bit of confidence. Big forehand down the middle.
Four.
That's JOO Saehyuk's ball, he knows it. When he takes an attack, they're typically high percentage, especially with the forehand side.
Three. Or.
Wide stance and a little bit mistimed on that chop. But notice how JOO Saehyuk was coming back into the table, trying to make his presence known and make sure that Youngsik basically feels the pressure of a coming counterattack. Chops are low to the net. Good time to come back in.
Four.
Opening backhand fish long and wide from JOO Saehyuk. This match could go either way. JOO Saehyuk has been a comeback master throughout. We've seen some exciting 7-game matches from Youngsik on the World Tour this year as well.
Three.
Just long, floats it off the long pips, off the back edge of the table. Just missing. A little bit of side spin left on that ball. Very difficult to do against a chop.
Left. 3, 5. Three. 6.
Right into the body, Jung gaining control again. 3 straight points for Youngsik, at least. There it is, soft and spinny to the backhand, and then steps into the middle to open up cross court to the forehand side. Look at this, soft spinny from the middle, sees opening, puts it there. Smart play, soft and spinning, was wide to the backhand. Moved Youngsik over, set him up and knock him down.
6, 5.
Deep on the table, they rarely slide. That one came a little bit faster than Youngsik was expecting. Looked like the ball stayed pretty low, but still came out. Understandable miss from Youngsik. Heavy chop to the forehand, traditional chopping done. And it's easy to say traditional. We're dealing with the best chopper in the world. While there have been many choppers in the past 15 years, can't think of any chopper stronger than JOO Saehyuk to be playing the game. In the 2003 World Championships, this man right here, 12 years ago, played the finals against Werner Schlager. All sorts of spin on it, but Youngsik finally finds the legs of JOO Saehyuk. Applause from everywhere. Sound engineers. A lot of fans standing in the back here to watch this match. You can see the hesitation there, well placed from Youngsik. I think it might have clipped the top of the net. Saw a little racket of apology, hand held up by Youngsik.
7.
And this time, fast long serve with some top spin into the backhand. A little bit of a panic response. Youngsik's shot does not go in. Outstanding effort from both players, but Youngsik muscling through and grunting. You could hear him to get the power and legs into these shots. There's no way to explain how much backspin, how much rotation, and how heavy these chops are. Anyone who's ever played a chopper knows the difficulty after a few shots have been hit, continuing the rotation in the same direction from both players. Can't even imagine. Little break off the top of the net from Youngsik. And the fishing shot from below the table. JOO Saehyuk does not come back. Changes his mind right there. Good attempt. Low to the net, just a little bit too low. Outright service point for JOO Saehyuk. Don't see too many of those, but we've seen a few recently. Fast and long to the backhand, and then this one a little bit shorter. Contacts the bottom half of the ball just barely. Said it once and I'll say it again, not how much spin is on the ball, but how difficult it is for the receiver to read. Block back, and that is an amazing block. The pressure was on. JOO Saehyuk ripping it cross court as hard as he could. A little bit of inside out spin and no time to recover. Watch this one more time. Bam! Open court. JOO Saehyuk makes his move too. He didn't give up. He hit this like there was no tomorrow and showed up tomorrow, but couldn't quite reach the ball. So we've got 2 game points for Youngsik to go up 3-1 over JOO Saehyuk. Top of the net and out. It's 1 game point saved and 1 game point left for Youngsik. JOO Saehyuk 1 point away from deucing it up. Fast long serve, but it's well placed right into the middle of the body. Youngsik with a narrow escape, 11-9, despite an 11-1 victory. Every other win for both players has been 11-9, but now the 3-1 lead is to the young player Youngsik. We'll see if the legend can come back starting in Game 5 just after this. The players are back at the table, and we're here at Game 5 in the men's singles finals of the 2015 Korea Open. Youngsik on screen there in the navy blue, leading 3 games to 1 over the legendary best defensive player in the world, Saehyuk. Now, last time Saehyuk lost a game, it was 11-1, and he came back to win the next game 11-9. There it is, changing the trajectory a little bit higher on one and then flat and fast on the next. It's really going to throw a wrench into the system, break the rhythm for Youngsik. Hooking counterattack, and he does it again, this time to the short side of the table. 2 forehands in a row from Saehyuk. When he turns on attack mode, it is tough to stop. We saw it in some big points at the end of last game. But this is too much pressure and too close.
2, 1.
Ball not stopped there, it just didn't make the table. Saehyuk still in attack mode. And still with the lead. I think this aggression is a good sign.
2.
Rushed shot into the backhand. Youngsik keeping it low and fast. Just missing long, and for Youngsik to get those 3 attacks back. The first one was inverted and topspin. Second one was a flat hit with the long pips and then back to a spin shot. Credit to the young player, the attacker here, Youngsik. Sending Saehyuk right back onto defense.
Three.
A little shaky play. It's tied up at 3 points each. Rushed decision, fast and long to the backhand. Understandable, Youngsik, if he pushes that ball back, is going to have to deal with a massive attack. But if he plays it with his backhand for the topspin, might be able to keep Saehyuk away from his sweet spot on the table and in near it. Rush shot almost gets the forehand in. Youngsik playing high risk to the forehand. Again, the safe play to lift and spin up over and over. Ball a little bit high, and he turns on it at the last moment, hooking it wide to the forehand.
4.
It looked like he wanted to drop it again, creating a pattern in and out. Deep to the backhand, then in over the table. Decided to go for the attack again. That's the quality of the chop JOO Saehyuk brings back. Low to the net, deep on the table.
Five. All.
It's tied back up. They're going point for point, racing to the finish line. JOO Saehyuk much farther away from the finish line than Youngsik.
5. 6.
Just thinking about how much stress on Youngsik's head right now.
6.
Both players for that matter.
4.
Again, table tennis, not only physical, but very mental, a brain sport as well. Physical conditioning and mental conditioning. Their mental coaches for many of the young players. Had a chance to talk to Andre Gacina about his mental coach. But Dima as well. Korean fans watching curiously to see if the legend will come back. Counterattack just falling short. JOO Saehyuk making his move from the middle, and Jung edging 1 point closer to victory. Look at this again, shot selection. Keeps it deep on the table. It's a good time to turn. Outstanding play, pulls it into the middle of the body after 2 wide shots to the backhand. Youngsik, a precise and aggressive player right now, settling into his comfort again. The start of this game looked a little more shaky, a little 50-50 on some of the shots. But he is working hard for the placement and the power on these shots.
6.
That shot is so rarely successful for JOO Saehyuk. The backhand block off the long pips, that one was a little bit in between, sort of a counterattack off the bounce. But again, it's a very difficult thing to do with the long pips. Forehand flip, and it goes just long.
7.
2 point game, JOO Saehyuk still not out of it. Down but not out.
Left. 9. 7. Left. 9. 7.
The pressure to keep the serve low right here. And it's a bit high, but it's loaded with spin, and it finds the net. JOO Saehyuk 1 point away from tying it up. Again, back against the ropes. Not a lot of room. Gentleman sitting on a woman's lap over there. It's always a good sign when the fans have to find lap seats. Second serve for Youngsik. And it's a quick third ball attack. He comes around, notice the serve difference, comes around the outside of the ball. Tough to read how much side spin's on it if there's a little bit of top spin. Not a bad receive from JOO Saehyuk. We've seen better though, a little bit high and a little bit shallow. And Youngsik, if looks could kill, the slow-mo look Don't know if we'll get to see that again. ITTF.com/ITTV, but it's 2 championship points. Counter-attack goes out, and Youngsik takes down the legendary chopper, Saehyuk. What an effort. The new Korea Open champion, Youngsik, at 23 years old, world rank number 21, taking down the world's best chopper. And he is in 7th heaven right now. What a performance. It's a shame the match couldn't continue, but for Youngsik, this is an outstanding match, and you witnessed it live. Thank you for watching the 2015 Korea Open. We've got the awards ceremony coming up in just a bit. The dream comeback almost continued. Saehyuk, the master, could not overcome Youngsik, and there's a recap of the scores. 11-9 for Youngsik, 11-1 for Youngsik. Saehyuk gets his only game, 11-9, and then it's 11-9, 11-8. Congratulations to the new men's Korea single. Let me say that again. Congratulations to the 2015 Korea Open men's singles champion, Youngsik. Smiles all around for Youngsik. Photo opportunities, and in just a moment there are going to be plenty more. Watch your favorite players come back for the awards ceremony. Don't go too far. Coming up in just a minute.